Welcome everyone. I am Metatron Elysium Montez, and so this morning we're going to be expanding on our last video, of which we named the cross. And so today we're going to further that thought and that thread into this topic of the power of the cross. And so this cross, of which Christ was crucified from the foundation of the world, where he was slain and descended and nailed himself to humanity, this divine power brings to life as he nails himself to the body, to humanity, bringing this creation to life, bringing this absolute power, bringing this animation, this ability for the body to now have life within itself. So as Paul writes, he said, I am crucified with Christ, and yet I live. Not I who lives, but Christ in me. And so this is crucial to understand when you're reading the scriptures, that it's not your life, or it's not the life of the body. The body doesn't have, in the sense of the body didn't bring itself to life. No, somebody, something, some other power brought this body to life, and that power is Jesus Christ. That power is imagination. That power is the creative power, creative life, creative power, the light of consciousness that brings life to the body. And through this crucifixion, and through this nailing, and through this death, there is wonderful life. So you are crucified with Christ, and yet you live. But it's not your life, it's the life of Christ. Your body is alive because of his power. So the power of the crucifixion, or the power of the cross, is to bring life to humanity, to bring life to this world, and to identify with this death, this separation. You feel the pain that he feels. You feel that separation from your Father, from the source of which he is now separated from, until he learns who he is. Because in this body of this burial, this tomb that he finds himself in, he finds himself locked out. He finds himself in this tomb, and he is separated as he feels, because he doesn't know who he is. You wake up and you don't know how you got into this body. You wake up and you don't know what happened. You don't know how it happened. You don't know when it happened. You didn't even know who you are. And so your parents call your name John, or your parents call your name Stan, or your parents call your name Patrick, or your parents call your name Rose, or April, or Anna, or Mary. And so somebody calls you by name because you don't know who you are anyways. You don't know, because you've been isolated, crucified. This amnesia, this sleeping death that we spoke about in our last video, causes this separation. And so you go on this journey. So the soul is now in this body, and it goes into a journey to try to find itself once again, to try to find his purpose, to try to find who he is. And this is the story of Genesis. The crucifixion is the very beginning of humanity. So that which was last is first. So the crucifixion is the last of the story of Jesus Christ's life, but it's actually the first It's the beginning. It's his separation from his source. And he descended into humanity, and it brought life to it. But he doesn't know who he is, because while he's in it, the sleeping death of Adam, he's dreaming all of this, trying to figure out who he is, wondering. And so he leaves the garden of paradise, and he has to fight through all the thorns and thistles, and begins to re-till his ground to determine who he is. So he begins to plant in his world the trees. He begins to select the trees. He begins to plant the plants. He begins to name the animals. He begins to feel what he begins to have emotions and thoughts of his own. And he begins to build a life of his own, have a family of his own. And this is the power of the cross. The power to bring life and animation and creation to your world. And so this is a small excerpt of that extension of what we talked about earlier on the other video. So the power of the cross is a power that gives you life, the power that gives you to create, the power to give you to name all the animals, which is all the emotions and feelings. It gives you the ability to choose now what you will feel. All right, I love you. Peace out. Bye.